For today's cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
Snow.
Yep.
We didn't get as much as they said that we were going to get last recording, and I'm not complaining.
No, we're good. We're still buried in, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, we're recording this on January the 19th, 2024, the evening thereof.
Uh-huh.
I think we may have gotten maybe another inch of snow. Maybe. And it's
I don't know, but it's not enough to make a difference.
No, well, not really at this point. It's supposed to be in the teens all day, and then single digits at night.
You know, I would rather it be in the teens than the single digits. But
it's supposed to start warming up then by Monday. 40s, 50s, close to 60 some days.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. That we need that.
We do.
We
do. With rain, which we may get some flooding, but that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be that much.
Because damn cabin fever is real.
Yeah, it really is. And it's like, I didn't think about it. I used a quote from The Shining.
Uh-huh.
But that is one of the best examples of cabin fever. And I didn't put it together at the time, till after I was looking for a quote. And I'm like, shit, I should have talked about that.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool, though.
I think
it is a perfect example of cabin fever because that movie was freaky.
It was. It was totally, completely.
Stephen King I don't know.
He's a weird dude.
I've heard he's not a big fan of their rendition of The Shining.
It was Kubrick. I don't know why he wouldn't be a fan of it. It was an excellent movie.
Could have been better, more accurate to the book.
The movie was great, though.
It was.
It really, really was.
The cinematography.
It was Kubrick.
Oh, that scene with the fucking elevator and the blood coming out of it.
Come
oh my God.
With us. Come play with us.
The fucking lady in the shower.
Oh my God.
That
and the red rum.
Red rum. I don't want to go there, Mrs. Torrance.
I saw a shirt today. Something I was scrolling through, and they have that where you can have the red rum on the front of the shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
It was the graphic design on it was really good.
Yeah.
So,
it's cool.
All kinds of things that you can do to prevent the cabin fever. And somebody that very much could have been prone to the cabin fever were astronauts. Those of us that got some claustrophobia, the thought of that is horrifying. And it's just like
having to stay up there for months, years.
Major Tom.
Wasn't there someone that they forgot up there?
Huh?
There was someone that they forgot up there for like months, and then was like, "Oh, wait, yeah, he's still up there. We need to bring him back."
Unless he was on a space station or something like that. But I had listened to, I think it was the last astronaut that was on the moon or something. I listened to an interview by him several days back, and it was, he was talking about going outside the capsule, and that
into space.
But and that if it hadn't worked, they was just fucked. That's just, to me, that is horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, humans are not designed to float in space.
No, we're really, really not. And through the journeys in the interwebses, which is inner space, interspace, I found from Michael Salla's channel, this gentleman, and I don't know why. I mean, of course, you can't keep up with all of the weird.
That dude, Heaven's Gate vibes.
But he does, yeah.
Should we be trusting someone that sounds and looks like someone from Heaven's Gate? Gives off very similar vibes.
But he actually, it's a matter of who he is featuring. And so, I was not familiar with David Adair.
Adair? Who? Oh,
And
the dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was one of those that when I first clicked on it and listened to some of I didn't realize this was the last of a 4-part series of interviews with this gentleman.
Huh.
And
I thought it was just this one too.
no,
I was like,
no.
what other shit has he
Because
said then?
this gentleman has a long history, and he was talking about it in this interview. He's been trying to tell people what's been going on about the suppression of information and stuff for 20-some years.
Yeah.
He was on Art Bell. He's been going to... You've got to realize, the social media thing is still relatively new.
Yeah, I mean, it's like... Oh, God. Social media didn't really start until MySpace happened in what? That was like 2002?
Yeah, but I mean, even as far as some of the things that has even changed all that, Twitter/X.
Twitter didn't come until like...
Even the
first,
TikTok.
See, first, the real social media pages were MySpace, YouTube, MySpace, Facebook, and YouTube. Mm-hmm. That was it. And then Twitter came along like around like 2011, 2012. I think it was 2012. People started using it. It blew up. Instagram started coming around the same time. It was like the big iPhone craze.
Yeah.
Because you wanted the apps on that and all that.
And so you've got all this information.
Uh-huh.
And so some of these people that had been trying to get their message out for 20-some years, now they had different ways to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, when I looked at the gentleman, and let me tell you a little bit of background on him, from Dr. Salla's page here, and I'll leave you a link for the video on this, and he's got the other parts of his interview with Mr. Adair on there. It says that he discusses his career after leaving the U.S. Navy service, where he worked on multiple NASA space projects through its National Technology Transfer Center, the NTTC, to introduce innovative technologies. He describes how multiple inventions, including one that could have cured diabetes, were stifled, and the NTTC was starved of funding and political support. The setbacks led to Adair officially retiring in 2003 and working in his own private laboratory, where he built a robot with artificial intelligence. And he warns about the dangers of AI and how the U.S. military are naively falling into a trap where self-replicating AI robots could quickly take over the planet. Adair believes humanity's best hope lies in positive extraterrestrials associated with the Pithalum arriving in a fleet to bring about a catastrophic disclosure scenario where they reveal the truth about life in the cosmos and share their advanced technologies. And the last part of that may totally lose people. It really may. But
see, I haven't got to the last part.
And as far as Adair is who he says he is and has done what he says he has done. So it's not like he's... When I first started on the video, I thought, who is this man? Because he is a truly no fucks left dude.
I mean, yeah. If you watch it rather than just listening to it, if you actually watch him, he's just laying there on his lazy boy.
Yeah.
Just be like,
old
yes,
dude,
and?
Old dude, and no fucks given.
Yeah.
And spouting these amazing truths. And he was talking about some of the technology that came from, even as far as space and stuff that we don't even think about.
Right.
One of the technologies that came about, adult diapers.
What?
Yeah. Because it's like, you got to figure out how the astronauts had to potty. So
I figured they just had
disposable, it was disposable diapers was what it was. It wasn't just adult diapers.
Yeah. I figured it was just like they, later on, they had like a tube that they sit on and it just sort of sucked.
No. No, it was disposable diapers. And so we think of the world now, anybody who's ever had small children or older people.
Now they do have tubes, though.
Another thing that came from some of this technology after the fact, microwaves, laptops. He didn't like Tang. That sort of disappointed me. I'm like, how could you not like Tang? I liked Tang.
So microwave Tang.
It was the breakfast of astronauts.
Huh. Tang is all right.
I like Tang.
So microwaves, Tang, and what else?
Laptops.
That's
from
their
some of
technology.
These space programs, right? And so that was what his job was there for a while, was to take some of the things that they had discovered and bring it into the private sector or public sector, rather, for everyday peoples.
Right.
But he talked about technology that was suppressed.
Like what?
And like a cure for diabetes. And he himself is diabetic. And that they had found out that there were some of the things as far as like hormones and stuff. There are certain things that can be produced much easier in a zero gravity environment, in space. And that NASA told them to shut it down.
That ain't right.
No. And he was talking about that there was some kind of a metallurgy was what it was to get different types of metals to combine that can't be done here on Earth, but it can be done in space. And he was saying that some of these things that people are seeing zipping around, like the Tic Tac UFOs and stuff like that, he's like, they're man-made, which we knew that. So somebody is using this technology. They're just not letting it be used by the general populace.
Right. I mean, there is a difference between, once again, it goes back to that discussion, UAP versus UFO.
Exactly.
UAPs are always man-made, and that's what people are seeing lately.
That's what Carmen Miranda dude said. D'Souza was his name. I'm sorry, I can still see the Carmen Miranda hat. I really can. That's it. But this gentleman was fascinating to listen to. And he's living someplace over in the Middle East. And he said that he actually tried to, as far as social media, and you've got these people that they have no clue who he is, has no clue of his credentials, what he's done, what he's accomplished, and they wanted to sit there and second guess him, and he shut it down. He doesn't need it.
No.
Like I said, he is beyond giving a fuck. And he simply said, I know what I've done. I know what I've accomplished. What have you accomplished?
Ooh, burn.
Oh, it was big burn. But what was... It was so frustrating. And I became very angry. And if you go and watch this video, you'll see my comment there about just that was the main emotion about how you would have a group that would be so selfish and so evil that they would prevent this technology from being applied to humanity. He talked about alternative energy sources. They know about this stuff. He talked about a type of material. It was basically a metal weave that was machine washable and yet would stop bullets. Because he used the example of a kid that had this type of, if you want to call it, body armor on, that if it got caught in the crossfire of gang warfare, so that child didn't have to die, and that whoever these powers that be or wannabes prevent that, it would anger anyone.
It certainly would. I mean, that's just like information that needs to be said.
Yeah.
And it is very upset. And he had every right to shut down that. He had every right to shut down that one thing. Because if they're just ridiculing you, basically, trying to discredit you as you're speaking it, and you've done shit, it's like, nah.
He's gone through this because anybody who knew some of these things, did some of these things that the shadow government has come against them, have made their existence hell on earth.
This is stuff that should have come to light a long time ago. Mm-hmm. It should have been made known to the general populace.
Well, I mean, and him, as far as this AI robot thing, he's like, they have no idea what they're messing with.
It's beyond their power.
It is, and that's what he said. He said that. And he said that one robot that, as far as, I can't think of what her name was.
Amanda?
Maybe. It was the one that was in Japan, I think. The thing had contacted him.
It did?
Yes.
Why? How?
That's why he's saying this shit is so far beyond what most people can fathom. Yeah.
What did it say?
And he had
him?
contacted the Pentagon. He's like, y'all need to leave this alone. Leave it alone. But he's also had spoken to somebody. He's like, do not allow them to have, basically, it was some kind of factory where they could do whatever. And he said, by the looks on these people's faces, it was too late. They'd already done it.
Shit.
Yeah.
So we're going to have robots walking around?
There's a lot of oh shit moments in this interview.
We're going to have robots walking around. Full on walking, talking, acting like us, but they ain't. Human, but not quite.
Right. That's what he said. And he said you won't even know the difference. That's horrifying.
You can feel it. You can feel it.
I think so. I think you really could. If you've got a discerning spirit about you at all, you could feel it.
Question: what would happen if you stab one of them?
Well, it depends on
what
would
type they bleed?
Would
they bleed?
There's a theory that they have bodies that are created, that they are biological in some form. They're not human. We don't know what's out there. We have no clue what is going on at any given point. Now, towards the end of it, and I never did finish the whole thing because, at a certain point, I was just like, oh, just, phew. I had to shut it down because it was too much for me at one given time. So there was no way that I could do all those interviews in one day.
Do you think God's going to send like one massive energy surge to the point that it's like...
Don't know. I figure at a certain point he's going to send one massive CME. Hopefully that's after the rapture. But anyhow, dude...
I hope Japan's robots are better.
Anyhow, dude was talking that the only thing, and some of this, as much as you can wrap your head around, even when people start talking about them having communications and doing different things with extraterrestrials or interdimensionals and stuff, there's still a part of me that's like, I don't know. I don't know. You know, that skeptic. I don't know that that's a bad thing, but whatever it is that he's been communicating with, that he calls them this Pithalum. He was friends with one of them. He said that they're going to come and get him, and it was just sort of like, well, good luck. Sucks to be you.
Wait, what do you mean they're going to come and get him?
He's
going to attack him?
No, they're going to take him out of this stuff before shit hits the fan.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. He said he had his way out.
Mm-hmm. And basically, told everyone else, good luck.
Yeah.
You're on your own. Sorry.
He's old. He's sick. He's tired. He just... And that was one of the main things, the frustration and the exhaustion that this man, as far as him trying to simply help others, I don't fault him. He's just world weary.
He is.
And
bless him. May blessings be on him for the information that he is giving us.
And also to Dr. Salla for making these videos available. And this is when I find something, do I want to share it with other people? Absolutely.
Need to rewatch Terminator.
I don't want to rewatch Terminator.
I do, because I want to know how to fight them.
Well, this is the thing. On some of this stuff, we don't know. We don't even know enough to ask a damn question.
I'm like, okay, these things are mechanical. They have to have some sort of electronic in them. Okay, somehow electrocute them.
Maybe.
Fry the hell out of their motherboards.
That's for the big brain people to figure out, not me. You know. But it just was, it's mind-blowing. It is a mind-blowing thing to sit and listen to some of these people, even if you don't agree with them. It doesn't hurt anything to sit and listen to someone. I mean, I have sat and listened to schizophrenics ramble, so that, which is interesting. It fascinates me. And this gentleman is not schizophrenic in any way.
No, he seemed very stable-minded. Because if
He's
you are
brilliant.
If you are an astronaut, you have to be of stable mind and, like you said, brilliant.
You know, this man had so many connections in so many places, and like I said, you got to realize this deal by the deep state or the reptilians or whoever the hell it is, forces of darkness that want to keep humanity sick and enslaved and all that stuff, they make a concerted effort to discredit people like him. They've done it for generations. And then you've got these useful idiots that don't even know enough to tie their damn shoes, getting on social media, sitting there acting like they can hold a conversation. This man probably has more knowledge in the tip of his little finger than these people will ever have in their lives. And instead of them sitting down and shutting up and listening,
boom.
So it was mind-blowing. It truly was. So I just,
See, I haven't listened to the whole thing, so I don't know. I only know what you're telling me. I haven't been able to listen to the whole thing of that.
It's intense.
Little one.
It is intense because the amount of knowledge. And he was talking about that. I can't remember which astronaut it was, that he wasn't friends with the astronaut. He knew the astronaut, but he was friends with the astronaut's mother. And that the astronaut had come back as far as, and he said that other ones, when they went to the moon, he did say they went to the moon, so they'd take out, whatever it is. But
he also said that there was stuff on the moon.
Yes. That those people came back and they were traumatized.
Yeah. So what the fuck was on the moon?
Right. Right.
Ooh. Bam.
So it's just incredible. We are in an incredible time. Pray for discernment daily. But it is very much, and like I said, if you can't deal with the visual of old dude laying there in a recliner, like I said, he is total. No fucks left. That's all you can say.
We need to rewatch X-Files.
Yeah.
Because that's self-disclosure. That tells a lot of shit.
Oh, that was from D'Souza. That was his work.
Yeah.
Carmen Miranda. Can you imagine? There's a vast difference between him and David Duchovny.
Chica banana.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see David Duchovny doing that too, as a gag.
Well, yeah, Duchovny probably. He's got a really cool sense of humor, but he was in the movie Zoolander as a cameo, so why not?
Because he was a male model.
Yeah. Also has he went to some Ivy League college at some point too.
He had
he's an odd person.
Is he really that smart?
Yeah. He really is. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows the decisions that people make in their life? I will tell you this. This is a time that people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Don't
Absolutely
be pointing fingers at somebody else. This is a time of almost instant karma. So be making good decisions. Things that you think you've had hidden for years and years and years suddenly be dragged out. That can happen. Welcome to the
Certainly
age of
can.
Aquarius.
Yep. Age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius,
What was hidden will be brought to
age
light.
of war. Huh?
Yeah. What was hidden will be brought to light.
Mm-hmm.
All things will be. There is scripture. It said before the end of time, all things will be revealed. Yeah.
And you know what? That's okay.
Yeah. It's just like God. Just.
It's like, God, just don't leave me behind. I don't care what you reveal. Just don't leave us behind.
Well, it's a matter of that's the invite. Once you accept that invite, that's it. And the whole thing about the repentance. But I'm not going to preach on that. Not going to. People can search it out. We've given them enough breadcrumbs to where they can go and search it out themselves.
Mm-hmm.
People like Chuck Misler, great. That was his whole life's work for the most part to try to tell people. Michael Heiser. That wasn't my calling. My calling is very simple. Mm-hmm. To remind people that they're very loved, that they are created for purpose. Yeah.
Yep.
Just that encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
Final thoughts on Mr. Adair?
Some shit is about to occur.
Yeah.
This is going to be one hell. Literally already the world is starting to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And
19
we are getting
19 days in.
19 days in.
Yeah.
And what? Already. It's
Yeah.
like almost every single day
Yeah.
something is happening.
Big stuff.
Colleen! You know if that Miranda Sings, that Colleen chick that got that was canceled from YouTube lately because she was found out to be a predator, a groomer?
No. That's somebody else's channel.
She
I don't
came
know any
back
of that.
and is calling everybody a liar that accused her, and it's like, no, they got proof against you. It's not even accusations, it's proof. You cannot hide from this girl.
Well, and that was something that trying to explain to somebody. It is there are laws that if you accuse somebody of doing something, you better have the evidence and the proof, because if not, as far as making false claim against somebody,
Mm-hmm.
even if the corruption within the legal industry doesn't get you, God will.
Yeah.
You will give an account. Everybody will.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that your final thoughts?
Yep.
If you've had experiences with paranormal,
What have you
supernatural
experienced?
encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. That's in the description box, as will the link to the one video on Dr. Salla's channel.
Mm-hmm.
And in his description box, he's got the links to the other interviews. Yeah.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good.
Know that you're loved.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to pray.
Yes.
It says, "Being content in constant prayer." We are.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a sign up in the highway, but we really don't need that reminder. It's just perpetual.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you're very loved, and Lord
Mm-hmm.
willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.